Okay, so welcome to episode 2 of Bodybuilding Corner Podcast. I'm Bobby.
I'm Brett.
I'm Brett. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brett.
So our first episode, if you guys watched, was a little bit of. I feel like we put out some good information.
Yeah. It was long, but
But we are obviously in the process of like streamlining what it looks
learning,
like,
shortening it,
what it sounds like. We're not very technologically advanced.
It literally took me 56 minutes to get this set up.
But we got it set up, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So we do have some good questions to get to today. A couple of things that Brett and I wanted to talk about, but I think let's start out. Let's update the people. Where are we at in prep? So talk about your prep.
I'm 1 day short of 3 weeks out now. I just hit 231.8. It was kind of funky because I did a refeed. I dropped from like 235 to 231 flat from like Saturday to Sunday last week. And then Dom gave me a refeed on Monday, which was just my high day, with like 4 rainbow roll sushi rolls.
So what does a refeed look like for you?
For me specifically, it
Yeah.
literally was just like, okay, have your high carb day, and then for this meal specifically, we're gonna do 4 rolls of sushi, which ends up being like 8 times 4 is what?
32.
Yeah, so I had 32 pieces.
Okay.
Because it was 4 of the 8-piece rainbow roll.
So go through your high carb day meals.
Okay.
Just
did that
bring the phone
yesterday.
out. Yeah. Just to give people an idea of what
I'm going to read specifically what I do.
Okay.
Even though he gives me options for protein.
Yeah, read what you do, because we want to let them know, like, okay, what does it look like 3 weeks out, a refeed for a 230-pound bodybuilder?
Okay, I'll do my refeed then. Let's see.
And then actually do your regular diet.
Okay.
So everyone knows what the regular looks like. And then do your refeed.
Okay.
So they can see the difference.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a huge difference, but like my regular high carb day, so I do 4 low, 1 high.
Okay.
My regular high carb day, I'll do 40 grams of whey in the morning, 120 grams of a banana, and 100 grams cream of rice, which 3, 6, 9, that's almost like 90 grams of carbs right there.
Do you mix all that together? How do you like to eat that? Do you separate it? Do you make like a protein shake? Do you cream
I
rice?
make my cream of rice and then just dump the protein in and
Yeah.
then just like swirl it around.
Okay.
Some people put the protein powder in before, but I feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't taste the same. It turns really cakey. I'm not a huge fan of the cakey stuff.
Got it.
Meal 2 is 5.5 ounces of red meat. I usually do sirloin steak.
Okay.
With 6.5 ounces of jasmine rice.
Okay.
Meal 3 is 5 ounces of, I do 99% turkey.
Trash.
And
I
trash.
hate it, dude.
I can't do chicken.
No, I can't either, but I just do shrimp.
Okay. 8 ounces of sweet potato with meal 3.
Okay.
Meal 4 is going to be like my pre-workout meal. On this day, it's, depending on what I'm doing, I either do cream of rice or I'll do like Rice Krispie cereal.
Okay. Bomb.
But either way, I'm getting about 105 grams of carbs for that pre-workout.
Okay.
With 40 grams of protein. On my high days, I add in nut butter for the pre-workout meal. Intra-workout, but then I do a post-workout. He calls it a post-workout shake. I kind of think it's still a meal.
Okay.
But to each their own, which is about 50 grams of protein. I do whey, another 120 grams of a banana, and then this one's about 115 grams of, or 90 grams of carbs from cream of rice, or low sugar cereal. Then meal 5 is, if my screen will change, meal 5 is 5.5 ounces white meat, 10 ounces rice. On my refeed, though, instead of the 5 ounces of white meat and the 10 ounces of rice, it was just 4 sushi rolls.
Okay, so you were just replaced with the 4 sushi rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then meal 6 is 1 whole egg, 1.5 ounces egg whites, and then I get about 30 grams of carbs from potato bread. I get a nice little egg sandwich at the end of the night.
Nice. Okay. So not a lot of fat.
No.
Your fats are pretty low.
My fats are low. I have never had this conversation with Dom, but in order for my skin to get like that really thin effect, I do need my fats low.
Okay, so that's like a personal thing, not just
Absolutely.
how Dom does things.
No, it's a personal thing.
Okay.
But I've never had that conversation with Dom. But like when Justin and I did the USA's last year, going into North Americas, I was like, hey, I think we should really drop my fat. I'm doing like 2 red meat meals plus whatever else, whether it's like nut butter or oils, things like that. And so we dropped my fats, and then my skin starts to get like more papery, more thin. So that's what I have to do in order for me to be able to achieve that. And
Got it.
And I've seen that it works like that in a lot of people, but not every person, obviously.
Yeah.
But as soon as I start hiking my fats back up, it's like you can see on my skin, it just kind of
You
looks
get like a film?
Yeah, like
Okay.
it starts to like get thicker, and not even just like I guess you could say like a film, like some subcutaneous water or something like that.
Well, so my question in that instance will be, is it actually the fats, or is it the fact that those triglycerides are making the carbohydrates sit more?
Could be.
Right? So it might not actually be the fats, because I know for myself, my fats are usually pretty high.
Okay.
But once my carbs get dumped, that's when I get that tight effect, whether my fats
Okay.
are high or not. Now, it may be different. I was just curious because I wanted you to kind of share your meal with, or like your meal plans with everyone, so they can
Yeah.
understand like how things work for you.
Yeah.
Where, it sounds like your fats are probably in the range of like 40, 50 grams a day.
I would say something like that.
Give or take, yeah. Where like when I was prepping, I mean, and if I was still in prep right now, my fats were like 100,
Holy
110.
crap. My metabolism would be so slow, I feel like, with 100.
See, dude, I'm hungry. Like even right now, so an update, I'm no longer doing Texas. We had bunk gear. We mentioned that last time. The problem was it turned into like a salvage op.
Yep.
And we just didn't have enough time to pull it off and bring 100%. So out of respect for my coach and his team, out of respect for the judges in Texas, it didn't make sense to not bring my best.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of going into an off season now.
Give me one.
So, just under 3 weeks out,
Yep.
where's your cardio at right now?
On my low carb days, I do 57 minutes.
57?
I knew that was going to go.
I mean, it's very specific.
57. Very specific, yes.
Why?
You know what? I don't know. We jumped from like 30, 35.
Uh-huh.
Then we did like 42 at one point.
42?
And then it's like 57.
Dude, that, like, if I saw 57,
I'll ask him why. I'll ask him why specifically.
I'm sure he has a
57.
reason, because, I mean, he brings people in really well. But, like, and I'm not hating on him at all, but I'm like, dude, I know for me as an
but
athlete,
when I told Danielle, I'm like, I got 57 minutes. She's like, 57?
the same thing I did. Yeah,
Not
because
55.
dude, well, I know if I was an athlete and it said 57, my brain, I would have to go to 60.
Yeah?
Like I would either need 55 or 60.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. Ask him. I'm curious.
So
I'm actually really curious what like 42 and 57 came from.
I got 57 minutes of cardio on
Okay.
my low days.
Yep.
45 minutes on my off days.
Like rest days, no weights.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I have 35 minutes on my high days.
Okay.
So then I take 1 day off a week. And not usually I don't go like, this is my day off. It's more of like navigating my schedule for the
Yeah,
week.
that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. See, for me, when I have, that's kind of how now I have 2 days off, but when I had 1 day off, I would try to set it up, unless my schedule was different, I would try to set it up for leg day.
Okay.
Because I would want more energy going into my leg workout.
Fair.
Instead of doing like my fasted cardio and then having less go in my lift.
So we were doing that, like on my leg days, it would be like off one leg day, like no cardio, and then
Yep.
on the other leg day I would just do like 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
But now it's like switched to low days, high days, off days. So
Okay. I like
sometimes
that.
it gets confusing, and I'd have to like pull it. What am I doing today? Oh, that's right.
So what does your cycle look like right now, 3 weeks out? Has anything changed since we talked about it last podcast?
Nothing.
Everything's the same.
Nothing has changed.
Everything's the same.
I dropped growth to like 3 or 4 IUs, I think it is.
Are you doing all that before bed?
I personally will do morning and night.
So you split it like
I
2 and 2?
still split it, yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason why you like that?
So from my own experience and what I have learned with growth is we produce our growth hormone as we are in our deep sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So we wake up basically with no growth hormone for our body. And basically to me, from what I've gathered along the years, is you take growth hormone in the morning, and then there you go. And then you just take it again at night just to boost it even more. But that's really all that I was taught. I mean, I know some people will like do it all at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I personally have not had any difference. And it doesn't affect me negatively doing it all at night or doing it all in the morning.
Okay.
I have no problem because I wake up early enough in order to take it and then not eat for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Plus, there's other things that I have to take in the morning that I can't eat for 30, 45 minutes. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, might as well just do all this right now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to note that fact right there, because I know some people will just take some growth in the morning, but then they'll eat, and the carbohydrates will actually interrupt the process of growth hormone doing what it should do.
Yeah.
So if you are doing that, that's a waste. Now, outside of that, the biggest thing is just consistency with dosing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will say like they don't notice much of a difference here or there. Personally, what I'm doing right now is I'll do some pre-workout with insulin,
Okay.
and then I will do the rest before bed.
Okay.
And that's
Why
been
do you take
working
it
well.
pre-workout?
So when you put it in conjunction with the insulin, the pumps are insane.
Okay.
Absolutely insane.
Okay.
So it helps.
What if you do other things for your pumps?
Well, I mean, I do also take like a pre-workout, like a non-stim pre-workout
Yeah.
pump product, and Cialis as well.
I was a little about to say Cialis.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, like Cialis, and you know what's crazy
Best
too?
arm days that you will ever have in your whole life.
Dude, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
And actually, I'm excited about this. So we're gonna start experimenting with IGF-1 LR3
I've done that.
pinning biceps every day because my biceps need to come up.
Yep.
So we're gonna start experimenting with that.
It's kind of nuts.
That's
Have you
what
ever-
I've heard.
Have you ever done your biceps before?
No, I take that back. I pinned my bicep one time with growth hormone, and I think I pinned it in the wrong spot because it swelled up, and I couldn't even flex it for like 2 weeks.
I did a SEO
Yeah.
for one of my shows, and the way that I was told and given this product was absolutely bonkers to me. I full on had to like sit there and flex my bicep, and then they're like, "All right," and I was like,
While they
Holy s-
injected it
"I
With the
had to flex."
during the injection.
Yeah,
What SEO was it?
I don't know, hydro whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That probably hurt.
It did.
Yeah. Did
And
it
then-
work?
Yeah, but the pumps hurt too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was like, "All right, go lift that 15-pound dumbbell, do some reps with it, get a pump." My arms were already so swollen
Yeah.
that I couldn't even grab like 5 pounds and curl. It was actually one of the worst feelings, I think,
I can
for
see
me.
that.
It was so uncomfortable.
Yep. I could absolutely see that. So we talked about a little bit about peptides last time. The
Yeah.
only peptide you're taking right now is Retta, right?
Retta, I'm doing Milano tan.
Okay.
So that's why it looks like I have a fake tan. I mean, you probably can't tell on the camera, but
You do look a little
Literally.
darker.
yeah. I'm
Do you
probably
get
gonna tan
nauseous
after
from
this.
that?
No, actually. So what I started, everyone starts it at like 0.7 whatever. I did 0.5 for like a whole week.
Okay.
And then I did 0.7 Monday, Wednesday, Friday after that.
Okay.
Even though people are like, only do it 2 times a week, I'm like, you know what? No place like today.
Fair. I've never taken it. I've only
It's-
heard the nausea and
No,
all
I have
that
not
stuff,
had
so I've
that
stayed away
once.
from it.
Personally.
Oh.
And maybe because I started low and then I bumped it up.
Okay, that makes
but
sense.
That probably could be why I haven't had any experience
Yeah, that definitely makes
personally
sense.
with any nauseous. I don't get nauseous from anything really.
Yeah, I only, well, and my understanding, again, I haven't personally utilized it, but what I've heard, it was from people who weren't super responsible.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they were taking way too much.
Possibly.
But I don't really know. I just know what I've been told. So it's kind of interesting. But do you like it? Do you notice a big difference?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you-
I don't think I've ever been this dark in my whole life.
So are you taking it and then also going to tan, or are you
Yeah,
just taking
I
it?
literally just got a month membership,
Okay.
and it expires like December 5th or something. So I just go as frequently as I can.
Yep.
They only let you go every 24 hours. No big deal. I don't go every single day.
Yeah.
But I probably go like 2-3 times a week, and I'll either do like 8 minutes, 12 minutes, depending on my schedule. Sometimes the max is like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Have I gone that high? No. Even
Okay.
with the Milanotan. Most I've done is 12, then I dropped it back down to 8 just because I, was in a hurry or whatever. But
Got
then
it.
I was like, I'll just do 8 from now on.
Got it. Okay.
So it definitely is wild because I see myself like super dark.
Yeah.
Especially if like there's low lights at
Yeah.
nighttime, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, aren't you Mexican?
I don't think I'm Mexican. I think I'm more Spanish, if anything.
Okay, so more
I
fair
think
skin.
that's what it's from.
Oh, okay. Because I'm Mexican, so I get brown.
Yeah.
Like if I go to a tanning bed, dark. It's crazy. No one believes me because they're like, you look white, and I'm like, well, okay, I'm a quarter Mexican, so it doesn't really count that much. But then when
Yeah.
you see me with a tan, it's crazy. Like
And this is you not tan.
this is me not tan.
Yeah.
not tan. But I kind of want to start tanning because when I did that show and got the spray tan, I was like, man, my physique looks so much better when I have color.
Yep.
So I'm like, maybe I'll
That's
just.
what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, because it gives you better data too, right? And so, yeah, I like that. I don't know. I'm like I said, I've never taken the Milanotan, but I've been kind of tempted, but I also don't really need it.
No. I literally am only doing it for this show.
Yeah, and then you'll stop.
Just to get like a good tan.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll probably stop. Maybe I'll hold it over through the wedding. We'll see.
Okay.
But it's literally just to get a base tan because I noticed that I get so pale that even if you do like a few coats on me, and no tanning person likes doing extra coats.
No.
I don't care who it is. I'm sorry if they even see this, but they always have like the biggest egos. I'll say that. And you could walk up to someone and be like, hey, I'm too light. I need to be darker. They're going to be like, no, you're not. You're not too light. Yes, I am. The judges even pointed it out. A lot of people in the audience actually pointed it out. What? Okay, I'll give you one coat. It's like, no, I need like 2 or 3 coats, not just one.
See, I got lucky because when I did the Florida show, the 2 girls that tanned me were my coach's clients.
Oh.
And
well,
they were
see?
cool with me, so they're like, we're going to make you super dark.
Yeah.
And they made me super shiny with the glaze, like everything.
No, every time, whether they're working for the production company,
Yeah.
you can just be like, hey, I need this many layers. And they're just like, in one ear, out the other, they don't care.
Yeah.
They just see it as like, we're the professionals. It's like, I get it, but you also don't know my fair skin.
And it's also very different when you're in the stage lights.
Absolutely.
Because
yeah.
I could look at you backstage and be like, oh, dude, you're fine. And then you get underneath those lights.
Yeah. And I
it's-
go from looking like a chocolate bar to just like, what? And now you're orange.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Exactly. Well, okay, on the topic of peptides,
Yeah.
I was just talking to you about this. Because one of the most popular peptides is obviously Retta.
Yep.
But I would say a close second, at least from what I've been told, is SLU PP332.
Yep.
Which I'll start off by saying I'm a big fan of. I really like it. I was utilizing it myself. I've used it with some clients.
Okay.
But between myself, my coach, and somebody else that I'm not going to mention their name, we have been seeing some very aggressively elevated liver enzymes.
Okay.
So this goes back to a lot of the stuff that I kind of post about and like talk about is we don't know what's going to come from these peptides. Now, my blood work came back with it, and I had no issues. But we are seeing probably like 50, 60% of people, and I'm not talking like a little bit elevated. I'm talking very far out of range.
Okay.
And we know that it was SLU because we pulled the SLU, reran numbers, and things were back in range.
Okay.
So it's causing liver stress. I wish that we could elaborate on why, but because this is so new, we don't know why. But it's important, I think, to tell people because if you are using it, number one, don't be reckless with it. Number two, get your blood work done. And number three, be careful with the dose, right? Because I've heard of one dude told me, he goes, hey man, you ever taken SLU? And I was like, yeah, I take a little bit. Like I'm taking about 500 micrograms. And he's like, oh man, you got to take more. I was like, why? It's
There's
working.
A lot of people taking a lot more.
Yeah, it's working. And I was like, how much are you taking? And he's like, oh, I'm taking 1.5. I was like,
there's people that are taking like 20 milligrams.
20 milligrams?
20 milligrams.
Ooh. See, like that, number one, that's stupid expensive. Number two,
I mean, I don't know how, to the extent that SLU works. But I feel like if people are elevating their liver enzymes, that's obviously never a good thing. I forgot what the number was, but Boss of Outlaw was on a podcast. I don't even know his name. Stefan. He was on a podcast talking about liver enzymes being elevated. Granted, he was talking about male liver enzymes being elevated, but there is a threshold of like, it looks elevated on paper, but you're like, no, you're still good. I forgot what that number was, though.
Well,
so
okay.
I'll have to circle back around.
Obviously, when we're on gear, we know that things are going to be higher. So there are certain numbers that we don't really bat an eye at. Also, too, it's kind of one of those things like if you're running Winstrol, okay, we know enzymes are going to be high. We're prepared for that. The point, like the reason I want to bring this up was because with SLU, everyone thinks like, oh, well, it's not a steroid. It doesn't have side effects.
Okay, that's a fair point.
That's kind of the point I want to touch on. Granted, yes, we're going to take things that are going to skew our liver enzymes, and we know how to fix that. But
so it's more of like the glorification of the peptides with quote unquote zero side effects.
Just like when SARMs came out.
Yeah. Everyone thinks SARMs didn't shut you down, but then you're like, okay.
Turns out you needed a post cycle.
Why do you have low test after taking Ostrin?
Exactly. And so, yeah, you were supposed to post cycle after SARMs, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. Now, I'm not saying that you need a post cycle if you're taking SLU.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things it's important to know because let's say you're taking, because most of us do when we're in a prep setting, Winstrol, Tren, sometimes guys will throw an Anavar with that as well. You've got liver stress there. And then if you're putting a lot of SLU in, and you don't know what that's going to do. Yeah, what if that takes you from that range where we're like, okay, this is okay for the short term because we're going to fix it post-show.
Okay.
To, okay, wait, this is dangerous now. And if you don't get bloods done in the middle of your cycle and you're just doing these things, you really don't know what kind of damage you could be causing.
That's true.
So it's more so I just want to touch on that point of like, I love peptides.
Yeah.
They work very well. But we don't know enough about them. And if you're not doing the blood work and getting that data, that's a problem. Because again, like I said, my enzymes, totally fine. But I've had some athletes where they were elevated. So we just pulled it. And to be completely honest, I didn't see much of a difference in their physique when we pulled it. Actually, no, I take that back. I saw them get a little bit better because there was liver stress.
Well, yeah.
So there was a form of systemic stress, and once we pulled that issue out, they got better.
Well, if I remember this correctly, your liver controls a lot, even like your digestion.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff.
So
yeah, a lot of, and so that's going to be the biggest thing is just being mindful. That's kind of why I wanted to touch on that point. It's not saying, oh, don't take SLU.
Don't take it ever.
Drugs are bad. No, but I just kind of want to make that point so people are a little bit more aware because, you've got these just everyday people taking peptides now.
Yeah.
Because they're being told that they work so well. And I mean, it's so easy to get it now. Well, okay.
Everyone and their mom is selling and slinging this stuff.
100%. But most of these people don't know enough about it. Even the people who know about it don't know everything about it. We don't have studies. So these everyday people who are like, oh, I have some money, I want to make money, they're not going to lead you the right way. They're going to tell you, oh yeah, these don't have any side effects. And it's like, well, you really don't know what you're getting into. And then also too, I want to touch on this. If you're buying stuff from someone who isn't just like sponsored, like they're getting wholesale pricing and selling it, they're going to tell you to take more. Not because it's going to be better for you, because
want more money.
They want more money. So I know some guys wholesale, they'll get a bottle of 20 milligram Retta for $60. And they'll sell it. So
like $250.
Well, so a lot of companies are selling it right around that $200 mark.
Okay.
So they'll sell it for $120 to $150.
That's still good.
So they're 2x or like 2 point, whatever that would be, like 2.35xing their investment. You think they're going to tell you to take a milligram a week? No, they're going to tell you to take 3 to 5 milligrams a week. So you run through it in a month, and then they're going to be like, well, yeah, but look at these companies. They're charging this much more. They're just getting it for a really good price.
Yeah.
So they're making money. Now, every month, they've guaranteed, let's say it's like 20 different people, that they're making $1,200 off doing nothing. And yes, Retta works. So people are going to see the changes like, oh, I want to keep taking this. That's something I think that people should be mindful of. Now, you have a peptide sponsor.
Yeah.
I have a peptide sponsor. Dude, I don't make shit.
I would say it goes that far even with like doctors. Like I could be
agree.
a doctor.
I agree.
I am not gonna throw two like names under, but based off of a personal experience, it was this doctor that was, yeah, this is my peptide company and this is what we do. Mm-hmm. Take this much, Bobby.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, cool. You did that for a month. All right, now we got to bump it up. Now take this much. And it's like, well, why are we bumping it up instead of just continuing with this and see more progression with this same dose?
Yep.
And it's like, well, they want you to take more because that doctor
money.
is going to make more money.
They make more money.
Literally.
Yeah. Any of those doctors that are selling stuff like that,
They didn't even know the dosage that they were giving out to this person.
Nope.
They were just like, here, just fill this up.
yeah.
Take this home.
Yeah.
So
and
you're like,
and
what?
that's scary. That is
Yeah.
scary. Because again, as we've seen with some GLP-1s, people are losing eyesight. Now, granted, that's a little different in the case of Retta because it's not just a GLP-1, but it does work on that receptor.
Yeah.
And people have to understand the risk that they're getting into. So like if your dose is low, should be okay. So long as you're not running it year round. But I mean, dude, like I've heard of people running 6 milligrams a week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And I'm like, why do you need that?
I've seen some people running that, trying to have like an off season or a growth. And personally, I feel like it hinders your growth.
It absolutely does.
Because then it's like you're trying to stay so lean while you're trying to grow. I just see it as very counterintuitive to try to put on any amount of mass while you're taking something that you're borderline forcing your body to metabolize fat.
Well, I think one of the big reasons that people are trying to use it in their off season is for the fact that it controls blood glucose.
Yeah, but then you're slapping a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound, and it's like, why do you need to take another compound just to control your blood glucose levels?
Well,
I was
yeah.
taking 8 IUs of growth for the very first time. Like I never did it before, and I was like, I'm just going to go to 8. And I think only one time in maybe a year and a half now have I ever looked at my blood glucose and been like, it's a little high.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like I'm taking it morning and night, and my numbers are great. I'm waking up in like the 50s, low 50s to low 60s. Post-workout, like an hour after a post-workout meal. This was without the Retta.
Yeah.
Like I'm waking up, or not waking up, after like an hour of my post-workout meal, I'm still falling in like high 80s, low 90s.
Yeah, so you're still in a good
I'm
spot.
like, okay, cool. That was without using Retta to mask any problems. I feel like those people that are just like, let me take Retta to help with my blood glucose, you're just, okay, what other compound are you going to take next to fix the next problem?
Well, yeah, that's a really good point. And beyond that, like there are far better things that we can take that are going to do more for us in an off-season setting that will still control blood glucose. Because, with Retta, gastric emptying gets slowed. So if you're taking a lot of that and you're eating that much food, I mean, dude, you know how many times you go to the bathroom a day when you're in an off season?
Yeah.
A lot of us do. We're eating a lot, right? And so if you're slowing that and things are getting trapped, that's going to hinder growth because now we're going to cause an inflammation in the digestive tract. And if your digestion sucks, you're not going to get better. So
You know what? I actually had an experience about sucky digestion recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
I started like hiccuping a lot. And
Did you get like reflux?
so it wasn't reflux, it was literally hiccups. It started to turn into acid reflux after like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it was getting so bad, and you know, the only determining factors were like, okay, either it's liver stress or there's a low amount of stomach acid going on. And I took ox bile and then Pepsin, and literally was better within like 20 minutes after taking that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so then now I'm like just taking that now in order to not have terrible digestion and terrible gut health.
What is your Retta dose at? Remind me.
0.7 every 3 days.
Every 3 days. So, okay. So, that's not insanely high. Because when I started having issues, I pulled mine down to 0.7 for the whole week.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry, 0.75. So I do 0.25 3 times a week.
Okay.
That helped me. I know some people have come out and said, like, oh, it doesn't matter if you microdose Retta because it's going to have the same effect. Personally, I didn't have that experience. When I did the microdosing, it was better. And, okay, the argument's going to be, yeah, but it's in your system this long. And, okay, we don't know. We don't actually know the true extent of how long it's in the system. We also don't know how quickly you're going to metabolize it out of your body. I'm going to metabolize it out of my body. It's going to be different across the board. So we don't really have that accurate range of days. So what I noticed is when I did a bigger amount once a week, which a lot of people are doing like the 1 time a week thing, I did not feel good.
Okay.
And that's why I split it down and did 3 smaller injections, and I noticed that was far better for me.
Okay. I noticed that mainly those things would happen to me. It would be after like my meat meals.
Yeah.
So another factor was like, am I actually chewing all of my food? Which I don't. I literally just like
do with steak. I have that problem.
Yeah.
Like we got a steak last night at dinner, Annie and I did, and I was like, as I was eating, I was like, man, I'm really not chewing this. I need to like actually chew this a little bit better.
I almost passed out one time from choking on steak.
Seriously?
Danielle was sitting on the couch. I had like run over to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was like literally choking, trying to grab it from the back of my throat.
Yeah.
Danielle, I couldn't talk to her or anything, so she's sitting here like confused.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right.
And then finally I get it out, and I was like, I was choking, and like she hadn't. I was white, purple.
I mean,
white.
dude, that's how Dallas McCarver passed.
Yeah.
He shot
literally
too much insulin, didn't realize, started going hypo, and then choked on chicken.
Literally,
trying to
that
get food
was
down.
what I was.
Oof.
I was scared that was going to happen to me.
Yeah, wow. But so, okay, the blood glucose point, right?
Yeah.
In an off-season setting, Retta, I think, is not a good compound to utilize. If you're going to try to control your blood glucose, there's other options.
Yeah.
My favorite option would be insulin. Reason being, you're also going to help shuttle all the food you're eating.
Okay.
So it's got dual purpose. It's going to control a little bit more blood glucose, and it's actually going to utilize food that you're eating.
What if someone's not ready to jump on insulin?
I think my question would be, if you're willing to do Retta, what is your fear of insulin?
Okay.
Insulin, we know what it's going to do, when it's going to do it. We know the timing. We know all of that. Retta, we know nothing.
I mainly was asking because you could do like alpha lipoic acid.
You could.
Do
You
a
could.
few other things.
But it's not going to work to the extent of an insulin, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking in the scope of, is this like, this is an open bodybuilder.
I'm going to have you like scoot this way a little bit more.
What, you want me over here?
Just so there's like more light on your face.
That good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm talking this in the scope of open bodybuilder
Yeah.
trying to really pack on size. Yeah, if you're a beginner, okay, take an alpha lipoic acid or something that's a little bit more on the simple side,
Yeah.
right? Like berberine as well would be a good one. Not a big fan of, why am I blanking on the name right now? Oh my God, I just thought about it. Diabetic medication. Metformin. Thank you. I couldn't think of that. Not a fan of it because it can actually hinder muscle growth.
Okay, I did not know that.
A lot of people don't know that. It will, what was it, the receptor that it acts on? There's a receptor that it acts on, and it can actually downregulate your muscle growth. So yes, it will help blood glucose. Yes, it will help shuttle things, but it can actually negate putting on muscle tissue.
Okay.
So that's not a good one. But the ALA, alpha lipoic acid, the berberine, those are more like entry levels. And then when you're ready for that more advanced level, then yes, insulin. But of course, it's like if you're getting into open bodybuilding and you're afraid of insulin, this is not the sport for you. And realistically, I think too many people are afraid of insulin for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, well, you could do a shot and die.
No.
And I'm like, you could shoot steroids and hit a vein and die if you get air in there. Technically, if you want to split hairs. But if you're doing a controlled dose and you know when to eat,
Yep.
you're fine.
Or how much to eat.
Yeah. You're not going to go hypo. I mean, typically a good rule of thumb, in my opinion, I like to go on the higher side. So for every unit, 12 grams of carbs.
Okay. I usually do like 10.
10 to 12 is fine. And I mean, if you've done it before and you know 10 works for you, great. But if someone's afraid, dude, you do 12 grams of carbs per unit. So let's say you do 5 units pre-workout. Have 60 grams of carbs.
Fair. Yeah.
You'll be fine. Should have more. I'll have like 75 to like 90 grams carbs pre-workout with 5 units. And then I'll have 25 grams in my intra-shake of carbs.
Okay.
So that once I'm moving, I still get some carbs going in. And then I don't go hypo.
Have you ever once gone hypo?
Yes, when I was taking way too much insulin.
Okay. Is
I
that when
would.
you went in the hospital?
That was part of the reason.
Oh.
But multiple times, I would go hypo all through. I would just go, like Annie and I would go to the mall to walk around. And I was in an off season taking a lot of insulin, and I would just start to go hypo. I'd literally have to sit down, and she would have to go get me like a Gatorade so I could continue to walk. And at the time when I was doing that, I was like, oh, this is part of taking insulin. It's part of it. Then I did some research, talked to more people, talked to my current coach, and turns out, no, that's your body telling you, hey, this is way too much. Because you should not be constantly going hypo.
Yeah, because didn't it have like a 72-hour half-life?
It depends on which one you're taking.
But the insulin that you were taking had like a 48.
That one was a 48-hour.
Okay.
It was a long-acting, long-acting insulin. It was not Lantus. It was the other one. Starts with a T. I blocked it out of my memory because I ended up in the hospital from it, so I don't like to think about it anymore. But it was that was pretty bad. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, me personally as a coach, if someone were in a position where they were ready for insulin, if they're like at that level of advanced and we need that, again, I'm not going to give anyone insulin. It's number one, it's going to be somebody I can trust to inject the right amount, someone I can trust to eat the meals, and in the event they do get into a bad situation, they'll call me immediately or know how to navigate. Huh?
Candy bar.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Gatorade, something.
Something easy to open.
A banana even. Yeah. Rice cakes, whatever. Something super easy. It's got to be somebody that I fully trust. But I won't put anyone on long acting. It's only going to be short acting.
Yeah.
Usually just pre-workout. Maybe post if we need it, but in most situations, I don't think you do.
What's the purpose of pre versus post?
So pre is going to help shuttle that pre-workout meal actually into the muscles for when we go and lift, right? So pushing more blood, more nutrients in the muscle while we work them, okay? Post, similar idea, you would eat your post meal, and then that's going to help shuttle everything there for the recovery process, right? So there's a benefit to both. If I were to pick one or the other, though, I would personally pick pre. If we were just like, hey, we're only going to do it one time. But pre and post is going to be like the most ideal when you're in an aggressive push.
I mainly ask for people that don't know, when they hear us talking about
taking
it pre, taking it post.
So the big thing about insulin is it's going to help shuttle nutrients.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So think about it. You do that before your workout. You have a bunch of nutrients. So say you're going to go hit chest.
Okay.
Right. And you've got the insulin system, you got your pre-meal in, you got your intra, you're warming up, you're starting to put things in there. Well, now all of those nutrients are in the titties, ready to go. Right. We got blood in there. We got nutrients in there. We got, for me personally, like my EAAs, my cyclodextrin, my creatine, all that starts to get shuttled more aggressively to the muscle that I'm working. That's the benefit of it pre-workout. And then again, post-workout is just going to help shuttle everything there for that recovery process. Okay.
So do you want big, giant tits, or do you want to recover in...
Both.
No, you only can pick one. Big tits or recovery?
I would do the pump.
I'd go tits.
Yeah. I would do the pump. It's just stupid, dude. You get that pump, it's crazy.
I've actually never done a pre-workout. I always...
You gotta try it.
Yeah, I would do post. In my log there, it's like if your blood glucose falls on these numbers, then take this pre-workout with this meal.
Yeah.
But again, I very rare and in between that will I have any kind of blood glucose problems.
Well, you're so lean right now, you're not going to.
Yeah, the only time, actually one time what happened was I had just ate my post-workout like shake, which is actually a meal, and I was cooking rice for my next meal, and I started to get a little hypo.
Yep.
And I was like, shit, is there anything I can do? And basically, I just waited it out until my rice was done cooking, like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're slamming like 15 units of it,
No.
you could wait for your rice to fully cook.
Yeah.
You're not going to pass out right now. Like, if you're taking 15, 20
You can tell
units...
when it's coming, though.
Well, yeah, so your body temperature changes.
Yeah.
You start to get like flushed or sweat a little bit.
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell? I'm cold and I'm sweating.
And I get a little nauseous.
Really?
For
I get
me,
foggy.
okay. See, so I get a little nauseous to the point where like, if it's post workout and I'm going hypo, I won't want to eat. So like one time, Annie, this was back with my old insulin protocol that was horrible, but Annie had to drive my truck to take us to go get pokey, and I was sitting there looking at the bowl, and I knew I needed it. My hands were shaking and shit. And she's like, eat. I'm like, I'm nauseous. I'm not hungry. She's like, you need to eat. And I took like 2 bites, and then my body came back to life, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm starving. And I like finished the bowl, and I was like, I need another one. I got a second one. So it's really weird how my body does that.
Okay.
But I think it was because dosage was so high,
And it was just stacking.
it just crashed. And my body was like, no, I don't want food. Weird. I don't know. But that hasn't been an issue since June. I'm not going to specifically say why, but everyone probably connect the dots there.
Did you get any other questions that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I did actually.
I don't know if I got any.
I got some good ones. So let's go through those. Okay. Best pump formula. What do you like to take for your pump? What do you feel like is the juiciest pump?
You know what? If you are hydrated enough and you do glycerol, I really like those pumps. I feel like they're pretty nasty.
Okay.
This is, not having to take Cialis or anything.
Yeah. You're talking for like just anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you had somebody who was enhanced, what would you recommend to them? Would that be different, or would you still say hydration and glycerol?
I would still say glycerol.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever paid attention, but like if you don't have enough water in your system and you're taking the glycerol, your pumps are not going to be that great.
Well, yeah, you're not going to get it into the muscle the same way.
No.
Yeah.
I would say that even with enhanced people, I would pick the same products. Just because I would not want to. Actually, taking a lot of Cialis can stress out. I believe it was your kidneys. It was either kidneys or liver. It's one of them. But taking it too often can stress out.
Can also give you acid reflux
Really?
if you take too much.
See, at low doses, I know that people take it for like their heart.
Yeah.
But someone that I knew that was doing it for their heart was the one that informed me that their whatever kind of doctor it is, but they were telling them
Cardiologist, probably?
might have been their cardiologist, but basically warning them like, hey, if you take too much and for too long of a period of time, then you can stress. Yeah, man, I'm having a hard time thinking if it was your kidneys or liver, but.
Well, okay, it's still good to note that something does get stressed because actually I haven't heard that. But then again, I mean, anything you take too much of, it's going to have negatives. Personally, for me, like running 10 milligrams every workout day, I don't have any liver or kidney stress showing.
We don't need it every day, though.
I just take it on lift days.
No, but its half-life is 48 hours.
It's 36.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, okay, technically it's full. It can still be in your system for 2 days, but I'll always take it like 2 hours pre-workout, no matter what, across the board.
Okay.
Because at a 10 milligram dose, by the next day, it's just about, 36 hours. So it's half system by 36 hours. 5 milligrams Cialis is nothing, right? So I think where the people run into a problem is because there are peptide companies that'll sell it in 20 milligram capsules.
Yeah.
So you can't split it. So what's risky there is you take 20, you feel okay. Well, then the next day you take another 20. Well, now 40 is in your system for the next 12 hours.
Sounds like a great time.
It's not, because I did it before and I started getting acid reflux. I'm like, what is going on?
Okay.
And then so I started to look into it. I'm like, okay, 36-hour half-life. Okay, that's good to know. And then I read a little bit more and it said, oh, yes, too much Cialis can cause acid reflux. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then when I dropped it down to 10,
you were better?
totally fine.
Okay.
Now, I think
How long ago was that?
That I was doing the 20?
Yeah.
6 months?
Okay.
6 to 8 months, something like that. I think a good indicator would be if you are getting acid reflux from taking the Cialis, cut the dose. So if you're taking 10 mgs on workout days and you're getting acid reflux, go down to 5.
Okay.
I think that's a good rule of thumb because, again, you want to get the positive effect without the negatives.
I kind of raw dog a lot of my lifts, I'm not going to lie. No pump, no energy. Sometimes I'll drink like a dialed.
Yeah.
But very few in between. Usually I'll drink it like in the mornings, just kind of like wake up. But then I just like walk up and I just pick up the dumbbell. I'm like, let's do this.
So for me, if we're talking me personally, my favorite pump stack is going to be 4 units of growth pre-workout with 5 units of Humalog insulin with a pump product, which to be honest with you, I just like the flavor. I don't really know as much of a difference from it, but I like how it tastes.
What flavor?
It kind of depends. Right now I'm doing blueberry lemonade.
That sounds nice.
It's actually
really
really
good. I mixed my lemonade BCAAs today with Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
Oh, it's probably so good.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I was like, why have I not been doing this? And
Yep.
then Danielle's like, can you make that for me on the way when I get home? I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
It's a treat.
it was really worth the risk.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll like just like throw a scoop in a Gatorade. I'm like, I don't care. I'm here for the performance aspect.
But it was good.
But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It literally was like blue lemonade.
Yeah, dude, no, I'm telling you, blueberry lemonade, like my supplement sponsor has some stuff that's blueberry lemonade flavor. It's incredible. So if you can like makeshift your own, dude, bomb. But so 4 units of growth.
Okay. 5 Humalog.
5 Humalog. I take that 20 minutes before my pre-workout meal.
Okay.
And my pre-workout meal, I'll usually have anywhere from about 75 to 90 minutes before I lift. So by the time I'm in there, everything's ready to go.
Okay.
And then with that, I'll take 10 milligrams Cialis. And then I'll take my pump product. I'll put about 1 gram to 1.5 grams of salt in my intra with the carbs in there, the cyclic dextrin.
Wow.
And then I feel like I'm going to explode. It's incredible. I would not recommend that to everybody though. Don't be me.
I would say I agree with the salt.
Okay.
The intra carbs.
Yep.
And then that's it. I other than that, I'm doing like an electrolyte drink of some sort. Whether
Which one do you like?
I mean, I'm either using the dialed electrolytes or I'm just using a quick Gatorade.
Yep.
Depends on how my time is for the
Okay.
day. If I'm like, I have plenty of time, then I'll like, snip the packet, pour it in, take my time. If I'm in a rush, I'm just like, crack the Gatorade, pour some out, scoop in the Gatorade, I'm gone.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that
So-
point, it doesn't even matter.
No.
Yeah.
But I'll do like the salt in it, BCAAs.
Okay, wait, do you do
Carbs.
BCAAs intra?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why BCAAs?
Well, I do EAAs and BCAAs.
You do the combo?
I do the combo.
Okay. Interesting.
I feel like it helps me personally with, I don't want to say endurance necessarily with lifting, but I feel like if I'm sipping on it between sets, then it brings me back in order to, in the lamest way of wording this possible, like just bring me back to being able to hit my next set as hard as I can.
Okay, so you feel a difference in endurance.
Yeah, but I don't want to say like I'm sitting there with my endurance benefiting and getting like 20 reps endurance. It's more of like,
not going to be a game changer. It's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's more of like instead of sitting there and resting,
Yep.
I'll take a sip and I'm like, okay, I feel like my rest is kind of like boop, like sped up a little bit.
Okay. So since you brought that up, I want to talk about this because this is important. BCAAs. If you ever have a client who's like, oh yeah, I'm drinking my BCAAs during, but my stomach hurts.
Okay.
Here's why. When we're lifting, our body goes from a sympathetic digestive state to from a parasympathetic digestive state to a sympathetic state. That is a stress state, okay?
Yep.
BCAAs have a digestive component where we have to break them down.
Okay.
EAAs do not. They're just readily available to absorb. So, in the event you are having someone who's having issues with that, just EAAs. So,
No.
I will only do EAAs intra. I won't touch BCAAs anymore.
Okay. Well, you kind of need both though to get the full benefit.
Yeah, but if you're taking protein powder, you get BCAAs,
Yeah.
right?
Depends on who you're taking.
Which is true. But I'm not saying BCAAs are bad. Like, if you want to take them in the morning, you want to take them at night, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you're eating as much protein as you and I do, it's typically not an issue on a BCAA front. And if you're having someone whose digestion's hindered in their workout, it's actually going to hinder their ability to absorb the nutrients and move the blood and do all that stuff. So the EAAs are a better option in the event the stomach is messed up.
Okay.
So I wanted to touch on that while we were on that topic. All right. Next question. Thoughts on Joan, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Praddles?
Joan
Praddles? That bodybuilder that I just showed you.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on him?
That's the first time I've ever seen him, but I think he looks great.
Dude, 28 years old. I think him and Martin are going to be the future. Oh, I think Martin will beat him no matter what. But I think he's going to be that guy that's just right there, where if Martin's a little bit off, he might be able to take it because he looks incredible.
Yeah.
And he's 28. Same with Martin. Martin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's 28 as well.
I think what I like about Martin is that he can get very diced.
Yeah.
But his muscle bellies are still very, very full.
Dude, yeah, he has so much, like his pecs, his shoulders, everything's so round, and his quads are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, the only thing I would say is, not that I'm any better than him, but if maybe he just brings out his back a little bit more.
But look at the trajectory of it.
Yeah.
Dude, one more off season.
Oh,
and
no.
I genuinely think, because he just won, right?
Yep.
Prague, right?
Yeah.
So he's got all year now to get ready for the O.
Yep.
And
unless he wants to compete more.
I would imagine he'll do Pittsburgh again. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But think about how much time he has until then.
Yeah.
He can put on so much. And, dude, whatever Boss of Outlaw is doing is insane. With all of his guys, everyone looks incredible. So I don't know if this is the year that Martin takes the Olympia. If Andrew Jacked improves as much as he did this past year again, I think he wins.
Okay.
But I think he's a one and done.
I can see that.
I think he'll be a one and done, and I think that not this coming Olympia, the following, Martin goes on a run. A minimum 3. I think he minimum 3 peats. Because at that point, he'll be 30, right? I don't know when his birthday is, but I'm assuming he'll be like right at 30. And I really think that he's so much sharper than Derek. Derek's physique to me is ugly. I don't like it. And I'm supposed to support him because we're both short, but I don't care. I don't like how it looks. He's too soft. He doesn't have that separation. So I think he takes over. You know, Samson, I love Samson. He can't consistently get peeled enough.
I think that where Samson falls short is literally the consistency of
Yeah.
showing up on point every single time. It's like, well, you're a little stringy in this showing.
Yeah.
You're a little less conditioned in this showing.
Yeah.
And so
He's just, I think it's so tricky with him because, you know, we've talked about this too before, like darker complexion is definitely tougher to bring in completely peeled consistently.
Okay.
And because he's so big, that's a factor too. Because if
Yeah.
you underfeed him and you try to come too peeled, he's going to be stringy. And we saw that at the O. And then he came in blasting full to Prague. Well, problem is Martin was peeled.
Yep.
Like, you're not going to beat that. So if they can figure him out, I think that he is very close to unbeatable right now. But the problem is no one's been able to figure it out.
yeah.
That's the
He's
shortcoming.
been what with his wife, Milos?
Which I think she does incredible work.
She does. But he's only had like 2 coaches.
I think his body is just so tricky. That's
I can see
my
that.
opinion. This one just says fake gear.
We love us some fake gear.
I do not love us some fake gear. I'm very angry about my fake gear. I think the only thing to touch on there is, you know, I had a source who sold me a bunch of fake stuff. Some of it was underdosed, some of it wasn't what it was supposed to be, and provided us test results that were fake. So we thought we were buying real gear. I spent a ton of money on this stuff, all fake. You want to find someone who has third-party testing or get your own testing kit and test it at home.
Yeah, just don't get those like paper testing kits because those are kind of trash.
No. I think the other ones are like 90 or $100.
Okay.
And that's the one you want to get. And people are like, oh, that's expensive. I'm like, yeah. Or you can be like me and spend like $1,000 on gear of shit you just have to throw out.
Yep.
Because now I'm not going to do anything with it. It's bunk. Throw it out. So I think that's all I really talk about there. This one says, what is a reverse? So a reverse diet post-show. You want to...
Reverse. What is a reverse? I would say a reverse diet is as you're coming out of your show, you're trying to basically, I would word it like fix your metabolism.
Okay.
Because your metabolism is going to be going through the freaking roof. Especially if you're like crazy lean. So now we're trying to not have your metabolism be that quickly. We're not necessarily trying to put on fat, but we are trying to adjust things in order for you to be prime for your growing phase, but also just adding enough food for that reverse diet so that way you can grow, because you are the most anabolic that you will be during your reverse phase. So you can put on a lot of tissue, probably the vast majority of tissue, if you do that right. But it's a very easy thing to mess up. Oh, you know what? I went out with mom and dad and we went and ate this. Oh, you know what? I just went out with my significant other and we ate this all in the time span of like a week after your show. Oh, you know what? My friends really wanted to get food with me, so I went and got food with them. And it's like, okay, well, we're trying to take advantage of your body that wants to grow right now. So, do you want a pillow behind you?
I'm short, so my legs don't... I'm trying to find that position.
Yeah.
I think I found it.
Okay. Hope so. You're still kind of dark, but
Am I?
it's up to you.
That's fine. That's fine. We're good. Okay, anything else to touch on with reverse? I think that's about
No,
it.
not really. I feel like it's important to follow to the T.
Yes, I agree. And what I like what you said, because I think reverse makes or breaks your off season.
Well, yeah.
Which then makes or breaks your next prep, right?
Yep.
Because you're in such a sponge state, let's call it, where you can either completely blow things out of proportion, screw up your blood glucose, screw up your
Yep.
insulin sensitivity, and then
Yes.
spend your off season fixing that.
Yeah, instead of having it all primed and ready for
Yep.
your off season, you're doing your off season trying to do damage control.
Yep.
And fix all of that. And it's like, well, why is your blood glucose so crazy? We've just barely started adding any food.
Yeah. And that will tell you if they screwed off on their diet or not, right? So I think one thing to note too is you're not actually that hungry. It's your hormone ghrelin that gets manipulated because you come from such like a starved state to now you've introduced a little bit of food and now your body thinks, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get more of this.
Yep.
Give me it. But the biggest thing is, and you've experienced this, 30 minutes after you eat a meal, you feel okay.
Yeah.
But for like those first 20, you're like, I need food. I need to eat. I need to eat. I need to eat. It's a mental hunger. It's not actually hunger.
Yeah, and then after you eat, you're like, shit, I didn't even want to eat that.
Yeah, and then you hate yourself.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much reversing.
But you can even visually see when someone's messing up their reverse diet.
100%. 100%.
This was kind of a mean story, but this girl did a show, and she walks into the gym, and I know people that are friends with her, and she was eating like jars of peanut butter, like spoonfuls and spoonfuls and spoonfuls.
Was it her first show?
I think it was maybe her second.
Okay.
I don't know. But like, and again, this is probably really mean, but I walked up to her and I was like, I can tell you're not following your reverse diet. And she kind of like got upset, and I'm like, it shows in your face and in your hands and all over your skin.
Okay, but here's a good question. Is that mean? I don't think so.
I was kind of more calling her out because if you're messing up your reverse diet, you can depending on what you're doing, how much you can do some damage and end up in the hospital.
100%. And
then you can gain like 30, 40 pounds in a matter of a few days.
It's funny you say that. My very first show, my coach at the time didn't tell me what a reverse was. I didn't know, right? At that time, I wasn't coaching anybody. I didn't know the ins and outs of that. I hired someone to tell me that stuff. Never told me. So like the first 2 weeks, my girlfriend at the time, she was like, oh, dude, I'm going to bake for you. Oh, I want to cook this. I want to do this. Da, da, da.
Yeah, and it just adds up.
And of course, like, oh, I'm hungry. Cool, I'm going to do it.
And
I put on 35
are
pounds.
So swollen, you can't even get out of bed.
Dude, I put on 35 pounds and I was winded walking around.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And that was where I learned. And the thing is, like, it blew my off season because I was soft, like, immediately.
Yep.
You know, like.
You have so much water retention, and it's like, you could reverse it, but. Or you're too deep, and you've eaten so much that that food's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and now your digestion's blown, everything's screwed. So,
Or you don't even go to the bathroom.
Or go too much. One of the two. All right, what else we got? I love this one. You know what I'm going to say. I already told you about this question. Fuck, marry, kill, classic physique, open bodybuilding, men's physique.
I would marry bodybuilding.
Yep.
Fuck classic. And then I would have to kill physique.
I agree.
Because I would not be able to do physique. You know what's funny? I actually did a physique pose in the mirror the other day, and I was like, no.
So, okay, before I piss anybody off, men's physique is very popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
It put bodybuilding back on the map, I would say.
It did. And we just talked about this. I think it served a purpose to repopularize.
And grow.
And grow, yes. It's hard to say this because I have men's physique clients.
But I feel like it's faded out, especially after Buendia left. Hold on, here's my stance.
Yeah.
Once Buendia and the Phil Heath era ended,
yeah,
I didn't know a single soul that has won Mr. Olympia since then. I can tell you who Ryan Terry is.
True.
But I couldn't tell you who. I know some guy that Lucky Libra. What's his name?
Oh.
I couldn't tell you what year he won.
I forget his name.
But I do know he won.
Brandon
Hendrickson.
Yes, that's what it is.
Here's the thing, like, I am such a non-follower of physique.
Same.
That from Buendia to Ryan Terry, I could not tell you who won.
Yeah,
in between.
I may have
I couldn't
heard
tell
it.
you anyone that was in the top 5. Maybe Ryan Terry was in the top 5, but I couldn't give you a single name.
Yeah, I don't know where he
anyone
was placing
in the
before he
teams.
was winning. I have no idea.
Yeah.
To
It's
me,
just because it's not that appealing.
no, and one thing I like is they are kind of judging legs a little bit more on like how much they fill out the board shorts, but and again, I don't want to piss anybody off. I just want to state my opinion. Okay, anyone can do whatever they want to do. Men's physique, in my opinion, is the beauty pageant of
Yeah, but soon they're just going to add
competing.
another entry level.
They
just
are.
like did
Supposedly
for-
they're going to do like a male fit model thing.
Yeah.
And okay, it's like I think that the addition of something like fit model is good for business. But my question is, why are you not just doing more natural bikini shows? Because that's ultimately what it is.
Yeah.
You're an unenhanced, I hope. If you're taking drugs to do fit model, just don't.
I would not be surprised.
Neither would I. But to attain that look, come on,
Like
man.
the softest look ever. Yeah.
Come on, dude. I had a girl compete in fit model. Actually, I think you know her. Do you know Kendra Gerber?
No.
No? I thought you might know her. Anyways, she's awesome, dude. She's fucking awesome. I had to literally take her cardio away and feed her more to try to get us closer to the criteria. She was still too lean.
Wow.
Yeah, still too lean. And I was like watching it and I was like, why is this not just natural bikini? Because I think natural bikini is awesome for the women that want to do that.
Well,
I think
the thing
it's great.
is with bikini, you can be natural and make it to top 5 at the Olympia.
With good genetics.
Well, yeah, that one girl, she's natural.
Who?
I think she got like 4th or 3rd one year. She got like an afro, I think. Maybe one year she had it.
Oh, are you talking about
She-
Jazzy?
Maybe. I know she trains with her coach is Paul. Paul.
Well, the girl with the afro is Jazzy. You gonna look her up?
Paul Rivera.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I
He trains
can't.
a lot of natural athletes.
I can't remember if Jazzy worked with him or not. I don't dive super deep into bikini.
Is her name Jazzy?
Yeah, Jasmine. Her Instagram's like Jazzy Fit, I think.
Jazzy Fresh?
That's it.
Is that her?
That's it. She has an afro.
Let me see. Paul. Let me look at Paul. What's the name? Paul Rivera?
Paul Riviela?
Yeah.
I think Riviela.
Okay. No, he coached Daraja. This girl.
Garage. I don't know who that is. Oh, I don't recognize her.
Yeah, she got like 4th place at the Olympia.
Well, dude, they also say
she's
that
natty.
what's her name? Sydney Gillen was natty when she was winning all of the figure Olympias. Vitamin C?
Cindy. What?
Sydney Gillen. She's retired now. She won 8. And they say she was natty. She just had incredible genetics.
I can't find her.
We'll look her up later. I'll show you. But anyways, yeah.
you can be natural and do bikini. You don't. If you can be natural, make it all the way to Olympia in bikini. You do not need to be enhanced for a fit model. And if you are enhanced and you're doing a fit model, I think you need a new coach.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was trying to refrain from saying that.
No, why? Come on, let's make you as skinny as possible.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a single definition line in your whole body.
Well, okay, so
Your shoulders are too capped. Why?
This
because
is-
you're on drugs.
this has been my thing is like I feel like and I don't want to talk negatively on it because I do think that the addition of fit model was a good thing.
I think it's a good thing, but I'm saying it's almost silly how I'm guarantee you there's coaches that
They're running drugs. I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the point I was going to make is, man, you could walk into 24-hour fitness and
Yeah.
pick out 3 to 5 girls who already look fit model. And they haven't prepped.
No,
You know,
they probably just had in and out earlier in the day.
you don't know. I mean, it's not crazy. Like you don't have to get to such a low body fat where all of these other factors really matter. Like you don't need you should not need to do an hour of cardio for that division. You shouldn't. I don't even do an hour of cardio. Like,
unless someone's like,
you don't even do an hour. You do 57 minutes.
Yeah. I don't do an hour. Literally. I don't do an hour.
But yeah, moral of the story is we would kill men's physique.
Kill men's physique.
Okay. This one's going to be hard. But it's a really good question. We're going to have to think on this one. 5 lifts to keep for the rest of your life. And every other lift does not exist anymore. It's just going to be these 5.
Barbell row.
Like a bent over row?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bent over barbell row.
Okay.
Incline dumbbell press.
Okay.
Side laterals.
A machine or dumbbell?
Dumbbells.
Okay.
Squats.
Okay.
And RDLs. I feel like I covered all my bases.
I like that. I like that.
Big ass heavy movements.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I would probably say, yeah, I would do a bent over row. Definitely barbell bent over row. And the good thing about that, because there's no specifics there, you can technically do that pronated and supinated. Because it's still technically the same movement. So that gives you a secondary movement there that's going to touch a little more on the bicep. So that's good. I like the incline dumbbell. Because for a second I was thinking, I was like, no, I would do like, if I could request this, like a Panada incline machine. Right?
We'll request it, yeah.
But then the more I thought about it is, more stability required in dumbbell. And if I'm only allowed to do these specific movements, I want more stability. I want to get my triceps more involved, my shoulders more involved. Because if I'm still trying to build, right?
What happens if we go outside of our exercises that we picked? It's like a shock collar?
I would assume you taken out back and killed. Just shotgun to the dome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't sneak anything in then.
No.
All
You're
right.
being monitored. It's not what this says. I'm making this up. You're being monitored now 24/7. You have like an ankle bracelet. And it's programmed. And if it notices that you're doing something
kind of
else,
funky movement. Yep.
that's it, dude.
Done.
You're just dropped.
Okay, but am I doing all these lifts in one day, or is it like
It's up to you.
Monday's back day? I'm sitting there doing 10 sets of freaking barbell rows.
Yeah. I mean, the way I would probably do it is I would probably put the barbell rows with the chest presses together.
Okay.
One
fair.
day. Okay.
And then take Tuesday off and then come back in Wednesday.
Tuesday off. Wednesday, I'd be doing the squats and the RDLs.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm going to agree with you on the movements. I like all the movements you picked. That's the direction I'm going to go to. So I'll put those two together. And then the next one would be like, I would do chest with the shoulders.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So I'd probably do like 6 sets, maybe even 8 sets of incline press. And then like 6 to 8 sets of lateral raises. And just cook them. Right? And then you're still doing 16 sets, which would be enough to grow. So I think that would actually work.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. It would work.
I feel like the
I
back
like
and
that
chest
question,
day-
though.
Yeah.
I do like that question a lot. Top 3 cheat meals. We kind of already did that last time. Okay, here's one. If you had to wear one color besides black and white for the rest of your life, and I'm just gonna assume again you're shot if you wear a different color.
Okay.
What color are you gonna wear?
Earth tones. Like beige.
Yeah, but
neutral
you gotta
earth.
pick one, dude. It's got. Is it tan? Is it beige? Is it off white?
So I only can wear one color.
It says if you had to wear one color. This is my wife.
Oh, and it's not
Besides
black
black and white. So I'm assuming you can pair it with black and white. Your only way outside of black and white is this one color. What are you doing?
What color is this?
I want to say taupe to sound fancier, but it's definitely not taupe.
Taupe. We'll go with taupe.
Taupe is like a brownish. It's like an earth tone.
Okay. This is the tone I will go with.
I don't know if that's actually taupe, but I get what you mean. That's more of an off-white, probably.
This
Okay.
would be my color.
Fair. I would probably say,
Camo.
yeah, but camo's not a color. I do olive green.
Okay.
Would I want to wear that only though? Yeah, you know what? I would go olive. No, because then I can't. Because I was just gonna say I could wear like a red hat with it, but I can't wear red.
Can't wear red.
Can't wear red. I gotta wear black and white. Oh, this is why she asked this, because she knew it was gonna stress me out, the colors. Because I like to coordinate. Oh, I'm leaning red.
Just wear red shirt, red shorts, red shoes.
Well, no, because I'm assuming you can pair it with black and white.
Yeah, but
'Cause that'd be
I'm also
aggressive.
thinking of the extreme as well.
Well, dude, I'm not trying to get shot. All right, that's blood colors. We gotta be careful. So maybe I should go more neutral, so I'm not gang affiliated.
Gold.
That's risky as a white guy. I'm gonna go olive green
Olive green.
since I'm wearing an olive green shirt today. And then I would assume I could still wear my camo. I'm gonna assume.
We'll assume.
Her and I are gonna have a little chat about her question later. 'Cause
Yeah, why is she
this is
sending fixed questions?
this is very stressful for me. Okay, here's a good one. What is an underrated back movement, and what is an overrated back movement, in your opinion?
Underrated back movement and an overrated back movement. Overrated lat pull downs.
Why?
I feel like everyone does them wrong.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Because when they're done right, they're incredible.
Yeah.
I don't ever see them done right.
Yeah, I would say an underrated would be like a low cable row, but not with like a V attachment, more of like handles.
Like the D handles, single arm.
No, I don't want to say D handles, but like those funky rotating handles.
Oh, okay, no, sure, well, yeah.
So you can like supinate your hands.
Oh,
as
I like that.
pulling.
Okay.
So you're like,
Okay, fair. I'm gonna go overrated, same lat pull, because pretty much everyone does them wrong. And underrated, I'm gonna actually say a chest supported T-bar, again, because everyone does them wrong. Now, in my opinion, the way to hit those right, before you pull, you actually pull apart to engage teres and rear delt.
Okay.
And then drive through. So whenever I see a dude that's pulling like 3-4 plates on the T-bar, I'm like, he's doing that wrong. Because it ain't that easy. Now, if you're just hitting it to hit like your upper traps, cool, whatever.
yeah,
But to maximize its efficacy, like getting the teres, getting the traps, getting the rear delts, all of that area, like that upper back complex, you have to be very meticulous with it, and it's hard. Like I've thrown a plate, 2 plates, I'm sorry, because it was both sides. Dude, ridiculous.
on like the Arsenal strength one.
The Arsenal one, or what was the other one I used? It was at Dragon's Lair in Vegas. It was hard. But it's very similar to the Arsenal one.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it like on a sled?
Kind of. The one with the moving handles. So you can kind of change your hand positioning.
Okay.
Anyways, that one I would say is underrated because people don't do it right.
Okay.
And everyone overlooks T-bar rows, but if they did them properly, they would see how good they are. One piece of advice for show day for a first-time athlete.
Have fun. I don't know. Have fun and don't stress out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it, because everyone is going to have some nerves going on stage.
100%.
They're going to be like shaking. Oh my gosh, this is my first time
Yeah.
half naked in front of a bunch of people. Yeah. No one wants to sit there and pose. Take your time with your posing, because everyone's going to be like posing way too quick.
Yeah.
I think just trying to learn how to enjoy the whole process and the whole day.
Yeah.
And be expecting to spend the whole day there.
Yeah. Unless you're a bodybuilder.
Well, yeah, then you get out
We
earlier.
get done pretty quick.
Which on some shows and like at the national level, it's kind of nuts because they'll put the bodybuilders on first in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they put them on last
At night. Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
it's like, you son of a biscuit.
Yeah. At the Arnold, they didn't do that to us.
Good.
Yeah, we got to go.
I hope that doesn't happen for my show.
Texas? Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know. We will see.
I would like to be in and out.
I'm sure everybody would, but we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, I would agree. Stress-free. I mean, granted, yes, it's expensive and all that, but dude, your performance, like, you don't have money on the line per se. Like, you're not going to lose a sponsorship.
No.
You're not losing a contract. Like,
No.
the whole point of this is when we compete, we're privileged. Why? Because number one, we have the health to do so.
Yep.
Number two, we have the finances to do so.
Yep.
Right? And, it isn't cheap, but have fun with it. Because until it's actually paying your bills, which that only happens when you're up there, like, it's a hobby.
True.
So, and granted, like, for what you're doing with nationals and what I was supposed to be doing with nationals, it's more so we treat it, I feel like an occupation. So there is a little bit more on the line, but we're still able to go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't have anyone telling me, hey, you need to compete 2 times a year or anything like that.
No, you
need to be
don't have that.
You need to be ready for a photo shoot in 6 weeks.
No, it's just like you have your show date, and that is the show you chose, you picked. Yes, it's exciting. Yes, you could potentially go pro, right? But at the same time, like, that should be a fun thing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be stressful. I think that the people, and again, I mean, in your first show, obviously, you don't know what to expect, but I think the people who stress
Are the people that are trying to play the compare game and then they're like looking at all these other competitors.
partially, they're the ones who didn't do their prep right.
Oh.
Because think about it like this, right? At least for me, right? And I mean, we're both seasoned in this. If you're up there and you did everything,
Yeah.
right? You didn't fuck off and not sleep. You didn't miss a meal. You didn't miss a cardio session. You didn't miss a workout.
Yep.
Whatever it may be, right? If you're standing up there and you place 5th at nationals,
Okay.
just hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
Like the Arnold, I placed 4th. Okay. I was happy with that because I knew I did everything in my power to be my best that day.
Okay.
And I knew, okay, I need to be better, but on this day, this was my best. So what am I going to be upset about? What am I going to be stressed about?
Nothing.
Get better.
Yeah.
Get bigger. Put on more muscle. Come back tighter. Whatever it may be. Like, that's how I see it. If you did everything in your power to be your best that day,
You can only control so much with all of that.
exactly. You control your controllables. And what
Can't
can you control?
who shows up
No.
or how they show up.
No, and you really, show to show, you can't control how big you are.
No.
You can control how peeled you are.
Yeah.
You can control your posing.
Very
but,
true.
But outside of that, I mean, your sleep, your meals, your cardio.
Yeah.
But if there's somebody bigger, it's like, well, okay, cool. I was right there. I just need more size.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I see
I
it.
feel like, I mean, even myself right now, I feel like even though we're sucking down to heavyweights, I feel like this is a good size for me. I'm not disappointed in the quality and thickness of muscle I have this year.
You look very filled out, even flat.
I am somewhat flattish. I'm starting to like pick up on it, but it's like every year I feel like flat is a different look than what the last flat was.
Because there's more tissue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting because when I look at your physique, I could see you being a great heavy or a great super if you wanted to push that size. When I look at my physique, I feel like I have to be a super to have a more dominant look like what I want.
Okay.
You know, because even this last show I did, and granted we weren't fully peeled, we were just more so like testing the waters. When I'm looking, I'm like, okay, but I see missing pieces.
Like missing body parts or?
Maybe I don't mean missing pieces per se. Like, obviously there are things that need to come up, but I feel like I have a relatively complete physique.
Okay.
I will say that because I'm not necessarily lacking, But to me, and maybe this is just a me thing, right? Because we always see ourselves as small. I feel like there needs to just be more size overall.
Okay.
Because
Overall, yeah.
I don't have crazy shape like you do. You have far better shape than I do.
I feel like though sometimes shape could take away from having like an overall dense look.
When it can, and that's my upside is the density that I carry. But what I'm starting to notice is the more size I put on year after year, the more complete I'm starting to look and the more my shape is coming out. So I've been saying now, like, if I can be about 240, 245 on stage, that's perfect.
That'd be solid as hell.
Yeah. And I'm about an off season and a half away from that.
That's huge.
So I'm excited about that. Did you have questions?
I'm looking. Some people are just wild with their questions.
Read them. What'd you get? I want to know.
It's just some dumb shit, dude. Literally, this is the shit that irritates me about social media.
Tell me.
How embarrassing would it be if someone got hard in their posing trunks during a comp? And you know what we're going to do to this person?
Block them?
Yeah. Literally.
Dude, you know what? People have asked me that too, right? And like,
It's the dumbest thing.
dude, you feel so tired. There's no way. It's just not going to happen. Did you actually block him?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Was it a guy or girl?
This is some dude.
Of course it was.
It's like, I don't have time for that right now. I don't want to read that.
I get it.
Zayd asked Nick Walker in his prime versus Dorian in his prime. Dorian. He had just like a crazy... You know what? I think Dorian was missing a lot of body parts. No one's going to ever agree on that. But like you look at his front lat spread and his legs look like they're just terribly posed. So then it looks like he's just like a big upper body on little sticks. Now, I'm not saying his legs are little, but the way he displayed it was not the prettiest.
I agree. That is such a tough question because bodybuilders in the 90s didn't have access to the nutrition knowledge we have, the drugs we have, all of those other components, right? So we would want to assume things are on a level playing field. Like, let's say we had Nick Walker now versus Dorian now.
Okay.
And of course, I'm going strictly off of what I would imagine that would look like. I would take Dorian.
Absolutely.
And I say that because Dorian's waist was more in check.
Yeah.
Dorian had this just different level of grainy. And
he looked freaky.
He had one
Not
of
to
the...
say like Nick isn't freaky, but...
Nick is freaky. And it's actually funny because my coach and a few other people have said my physique is Nick Walker-esque.
Okay.
And in some ways, I take that as a compliment because he's one of the best in the world. But in other ways, I'm like, fuck, man, am I that blocky? Like, so, but with Dorian, you're going to have more of a taper.
Yeah.
Right? And
It's a little more attractive to look at. Your eyes are going to go there first.
And I think that if you gave him, because what were they running back then? He was only running EQ. I think it was EQ test. I can't remember if he was doing D-ball. And he was like one of the first guys to play with growth hormone and insulin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And he didn't perfect it yet. Right? So he was one of the...
know that.
Well, because, okay, if you notice, what bridged the gap from the 80s to the mass monsters of the 90s and the early 2000s?
Growth hormone.
Dorian Yates.
Oh, well, yeah. But yeah.
He experimented with it. And then when Ronnie came up, they perfected it. And that's why all those guys got so damn big. Because then you had Ronnie and Jay and like Dennis James, Marcus Rule. These just otherworldly like freaks of nature, right? And
we don't have any of that these days, I wish.
Freaks of nature?
Like
Nick
that?
Walker is a freak of nature.
Yeah, but come on, name one more. Name one more.
Nexzilla. I forget his real name.
Yeah, but he's ugly. His
So is Marcus Rule.
Marcus, no, he had some great poses. There is not one pose of Nextzilla where I look at him and I'm like, that is a great physique.
That's valid.
I look at him and I'm like,
what about Big
he's
Ramy?
missing body parts here. He's missing body parts there. I don't think Big Ramy has a great physique.
Really?
Not at all. I don't even think it's close to even. I don't even think it deserves an honorable mention amongst the greatest.
Fair. Well, no, amongst the greatest, no. But I'm talking like in the more modern scheme of mass monsters.
Yeah, I guess. But then it's just like he's just Big Ramy because he's Big Ramy.
That's valid.
It's not like, okay, cool, you have Marcus, Ronnie, Jay, all these other huge guys.
So, okay, let me ask you this.
If you had like Nick Walker coming in and like Joe Palacios.
Palacios? Oh, yeah, dude.
Coming into like the same show. And then you had, who else would be at that caliber of bigness?
Vito? Good Vito?
Yeah, Vito. But then also, he hasn't even competed in a while. Hassan, Mustafa.
Yeah, but he just never brings it in conditioned.
I don't care. If
He's
him,
big,
Joe,
though. He's
and
big.
Nick were in one lineup, I would be like, holy crap, this is nuts.
That would be pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a good point.
Just like 3 ginormous dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But no, I would agree that the quality back then was far better. Like, we don't have a Jay Cutler or... Because, like, I mean, dude, even compare this, and I don't know if anyone's picked up on this. I don't like Derek Lunsford. Not a big fan of him, personally. Take him. Compare him to any other Mr. Olympia winner.
I think that either the lights or something changed from when Phil Heath was winning, because no one has had that look. I would say the closest would have been Hottie in general, as far as like the level of his conditioning and the hardness of
Okay.
the look he brings.
Do you feel like it's the light, or do you feel like it's the pushing of drugs?
I think it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what Phil Heath was doing,
Well, okay.
but he had it to an exact science. I mean, look at Chris Bumstead when he came in working with Hani. That, like, maybe it was the most recent Olympia. When he walked out, you were like, holy smokes. There was just like this whole other
I was
level.
at that one. It was insane.
Yeah, it's just like there's a whole other level of just conditioning, dryness, and hardness
But
to
I
the
think-
physique as they're literally just walking on stage, and you're like, what the hell am I looking at?
But also keep this in mind, right? You can't really compare a classic to an open in
No,
terms
but-
of conditioning.
But what I'm talking about is like when you can see it in their skin and on their
Yeah.
and just how you can see it on the tissue, just them walking, and you're like, and the lights are hitting them just right, and you're like, holy smokes, this person's not even in a pose, and I think they're gonna win.
But back to your point where you were saying you think the lighting was different with Phil Heath, why could Chris Bumstead achieve that just a couple years ago? Right? So my theory on that is pushing the growth hormone too long into the prep
Okay.
in order to keep a fullness. Because keep in mind, growth hormone is going to drive collagen up in the skin,
Yeah.
which is thickness, right? So I think the problem is because of the introduction of classic, open bodybuilding has strictly become a size chase.
Yeah.
And with that, they're pushing more fullness. So that's going to be insulin and that's going to be growth, which is going to leave a film, right?
Absolutely.
And I know some people will pull the growth like 10 days. I don't think that's enough. Because my question would be, well, how high is your dose until 10 days out? Now, if your dose is like relatively high, and then around like the 4 to 6 week mark, it starts to come down, and then you pull it, very different conversation. And I think
Okay.
that's what Martin does. And I think that's why Martin's getting that grainy, almost, I would honestly almost say like Dorian-esque type graininess.
Okay.
And I think it's because they have his drug protocol down to a T. Where Lunsford, I mean, he worked with a different coach, right? He's had a couple different ones, and he just looked soft.
I would agree.
Not a lot of separation. I actually did watch another video where Jay Cutler supposedly had that issue where he wasn't having a lot of separation. And then he got body work done like 3 times a week. He just had so many adhesions and built up damage to the muscles. He needed so much body work. And then that's when he started winning Olympias.
Holy smokes.
So that could also be it too. Maybe Derek just needs a lot more body work. But supposedly that's what Jay Cutler did.
Noted.
Yeah,
I'll have to take note of that so
yeah.
then I can get my own body work done.
By the way, Brett is a body work guy, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
So hire him. He does
But
incredible
doing it all
things.
myself is totally another...
Well, yeah,
another ball game.
That's the problem. But yeah, that's something good to note because I did see something about that a few weeks back, and I was like, oh, that's actually really interesting. So,
Damn.
my question is it the drugs, or is it the lack of body work? Is it both? What does that look like?
We really wouldn't know unless we're gathering information from every single athlete. Hey, what are you doing what are you doing the last 4 weeks of your whole prep?
Of course. And so we can just speculate, but those are the things that I would primarily look at.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? Any other questions?
No.
Cool.
I think I'm chilling.
Okay. So that's going to wrap up episode 2. I think we touched some really important topics, some good stuff. Got some actually really good questions too this week, which I'm happy about. Yeah. That's it.
That's it for my questions. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Anything helps with engagement.
Use our codes to support us.
Use our codes to support